Today on the Doug and Lisa Show, a big summer surprise will be revealed at the end of the show, but first, Doug and Lisa get fancy at the Okanagan Best of Spring Varietals, some updates with former guests, and a special appearance from the writers, producers, and a couple of cast members from the original musical, The Raft of the Medusa.
Hello and welcome to the fancy episode of the DL Show. Oh, very nice, very fancy. Yep. So we're all dressed up because we're going to a fancy wine event coming up on the show, and we've got a
announcement to make.
A fancy announcement to make. So we just thought we'd carry that over for the whole show, but we kind of forgot to tell our guests. So,
nobody got the memo.
So they're going to show up, and they'll just have to.
We're just gonna look fancier than them.
They'll just have to bask in our glow.
We should have like higher seats so we can look down on them in our fancy clothes.
We already do.
Oh yeah, perfect.
All right, so that fancy announcement coming up. We've got lots of great guests on today's show, but first should we head off to the
Best of Spring Varietals.
Wine.
Doug, take it easy.
Look who's talking. Look at us all dressed up.
I showered today.
Awesome. Sure, hold the thing. Best of Varietal Awards 2015 for the Okanagan Spring Wine Festival. This room is packed.
It is packed full of winemakers from around BC. Is that right, BC?
Yeah, all across BC.
And we're finding out which ones are the best. So
we're gonna check out some of the best wines, and also we want to find out a little bit of the inside scoop.
we always like to find the story behind the winery or cidery or brewery. And tonight we're going to find out some weird, quirky, unusual facts about the wineries that nobody else knows.
But now they'll know.
Well, now that you guys will know because of us.
So you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, we have our hands full of awards from Inniskillen. Derek, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going around asking people kind of a weird or quirky or unique thing about your winery that nobody would know.
That no one would know. Well, our name comes from the Inniskillen Fusiliers from the War of 1812, Colonel Cooper. How's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I thought I was guessing that it was an Okanagan name.
No, it derived from an Irish regiment over. It started in Ontario, and then the name transpired over here. The original property that we started off in Ontario was land given to Colonel Cooper for his duties in the war, and he named it after the regiment. So then when it was purchased for the winery, they kept the name.
Pinot Noir is really tough to grow, as everybody knows. So basically at 50th Parallel, we've got a site there that's really incredible, which is really, really cool. We've got Grant Stanley, great winemaker. And the one thing that you guys don't know is that actually I cut all my hair off at harvest and put it into the Pinot Noir to make the Pinot. So that's why it's so fabulous. So come see me shave during harvest.
This is what's really crazy. I can't believe you actually just talked about hair, because the quirky thing, and this is totally true, I do all the HR as events and all the things at 50th Parallel. The thing about 50th Parallel, from proprietor to winemaker and assistant, in their contracts, there is a hair clause.
We do have a hair clause.
Because they all have this gorgeous, thick, luscious hair, and it's hot and it's sexy, and let's face it, glamour farmers, we need to see nice hair when we farm. So that's kind of quirky, and they all have great hair at 50th.
So nobody cuts their hair off and puts it. There's a contract, a hair contract, so nobody's allowed to cut their hair. So nobody would know
I can
that.
apply.
True, totally true.
Is my hair long enough?
That's you could. No, you're in, you're out. Yeah.
You're out. Get out of here, Doug. We'll see you later.
You're on the fence.
You are sewing, and we're going to have Pinot Gris with that hair.
First off, congratulations on your stack of awards.
Oh, very excited. Thank you so much. Great evening.
But you know, I mean, you're one of the longest wineries. It's been around in the valley a long, long time. There must be something quirky, unusual, weird that people just don't know about Wild Goose.
You know what? Two brothers in the industry still together making wines.
For
Isn't
how
that
long?
something? 25 years now.
25, your two brothers?
Yeah.
Did you get along with
Any fights? I would kill my sister.
We do have some, but we keep them, you know, in the wine cellar only. You know, after my dad had purchased the property, he went back to see what he had spent all his money on, and he followed a little cow trail into a forested area, and there was about 150 Canada geese feeding in a green patch, and he just spooked them up. And you don't usually get too close to geese, and they rose up and flew to the north, and that was the name, Wild Goose Vineyards.
Sound like he went on a wild goose chase.
Well, you know what? Sometimes.
It was a wild goose chase to find the wild geese.
That's right, yes. It took us a while to find just the perfect spot, let me tell you.
We are now with Judy from Therapy, and you have an award there.
Yes, we just won a finalist for Pink Floyd 2014.
What we're trying to find out is something that people might not know about the winery. Something quirky, unusual, funny little story.
Well, actually, I started there July 1st, actually, and I came from Dirty Laundry. So the industry joke was after 9 years of Dirty Laundry, Judy leaves for Therapy. And
Hilarious.
it's an absolutely stunning facility, and we've got lots of great things coming up. All the names are very quirky. We have Freud's Ego, the Freudian Sip, our Freudified, which is a fortified wine, the Pink Freud, of course, which just won an award. We've got new labels coming up now. So no, it's all really pretty exciting.
I'm going to give you back your plaque.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll trade it for some wine.
Yeah, no, and it was actually a doctor that came into the winery that came up with that suggestion many years ago about doing after the band Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And definitely people seem to love our little cartoon Freud person who's on many of our labels, and yeah, it's a huge hit.
Well, I love how when you go out to people's houses, like your friend's house, and someone's like, I got some therapy. I'm like, yeah, I could use some therapy, and they pull out a bottle of your winery. So it's very catchy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to work at events. People actually do rush to my table saying they need therapy.
Que sera, sera. Look at that.
I'm not singing.
You don't have to. You don't have to sing. You've got the award. You don't have to sing. We're singing to you, my longtime friend Crystalie McWatersbon, with your fabulous best Syrah Shiraz.
I know, we're super excited. We've just started producing Syrah, very small production, only 100 cases, so to win tonight is like amazing. So we're very
So now, which
excited.
winery is this? Because you've got a cup. You've been around the wine industry for a little while.
I've been around. That makes me sound
No,
old.
around the
but-
wine industry for a little while.
Okay, so yes, Time Estate Winery is our new winery. We're just under construction on Black Sage Road. But you're right, we have been around for a while. So we've been growing since 1993. So we really were one of the first wineries to plant along the bench in Black Sage. So we've been growing for a while, and we figured, you know what? It's about time to do our own thing again. So it's about time and place, and we know what the vineyard gives us. And Dick Cleve, our viticulturalist, obviously does a great job with Syrah, so we're pretty excited.
What is it that sets yours apart?
Oh, you know what? I think it's the age of the vines, really, right? We're growing in basically sand, and we've got such great terroir, the sunlight, and just the aspect. And Dick does such a great job for us in the vineyard that, lots of nice spice characteristic to it. So
You're making me thirsty.
I know, we need to get you some.
Now, one thing that we're doing today is we want to find out from some of the wineries something quirky, unusual, different, something that people might not know.
Something you might not know is that we're not new, right? Most people haven't heard about Time, but really we've been doing this a long time. My dad's been in the industry for 50 years. I've been doing this for 30 years. I made my first wine when I was 9. So you might not have heard of Time Estate Winery, but we've been doing it a while. And when we first planted our vineyard, it was the single largest planting in all of Canada. And people thought we were really crazy because we planted Merlot, Syrah, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and it sounds funny now, but people thought that you couldn't grow those varieties in British Columbia, but I think we
Apparently
proved
you
them
can.
wrong.
Apparently you can.
Trailblazer right here. And my question for you is, what are you drinking there?
I have a little Syrah in my glass, of course.
Of
Yeah,
course
it's
she
got to
does.
celebrate, so it's great. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Mystic River
Mystic River.
Gewurz, the award-winning. Roland said we had to try this, right?
Yes. What do you do with white wine to make it look fancy? Like, do you swish it?
Swirl it around and smell it. I missed my mouth with that sip.
Lots of quirky things happening all the time.
Love it. Well, thank you guys so much, and
Cheers.
congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
What?
That is a wrap for Doug and Lisa's taste of the tasting.
Taste of the best of the awards. So if you want to find out all the complete list of the winners, go to winefestivals.com, and there it will be in all its very lengthy glory, because there's a lot of wineries, a lot of really deserving wineries.
And stay up to date with our Facebook postings, facebook.com/Doug and Lisa Show.
That's right. Top secret project coming up soon. Well, not top secret. Not even really secret. Anyway, we'll tell you about it later.
We will.
What a great bunch of people, eh? Like, the winemakers are just so passionate about what they're doing. It's always exciting to meet people that just love what they're doing and put so much care and attention into it.
You just loved it because you tried every single one.
I did not try every single one. There was a lot. I got the full list. We
I
put
carried him on my back.
That's why your back's sore.
That is why my back's sore, yes.
So you might probably notice the question marks up there. That's like our riddle. No, it's not a riddle because we're not going to give you any clues. But it is to do with our top secret announcement. And it's black and white like us. It's
I know.
a fancy question marks.
It is killing me inside. I want to tell, but we'll wait until
the end of the show. But first up, our first set of guests, you probably recognize them if you watched our first episode. It's a little bit of a flashback. We've got
Paddler Boys.
the Paddler Boys, Carey, Missler, Bob Purdy. They've made an incredible movie, and it's getting all kinds of opportunities to be seen all across Canada, picking up some awards, and they're going to be here in a second to tell us all about it.
Feels like deja vu.
This is deja vu. We've got Bob and Carey from the Paddler movie.
The last couple of months have just been a ride and a half. What an amazing journey.
Well, you guys started, if you didn't see our first show with them, they were just releasing the Paddler movie here in Kelowna. But since then, do you want to tell us a bit about what's happened with that movie?
Yeah, it's the premiere was just off the hook. We had about 400 or 500 people at the premiere here in Kelowna. And then it's shown at the Canada International Film Festival, where it won an award of excellence, which was really cool. That happened a couple of weeks after it was released. And it's currently showing on the LA Cinefest online down in LA. And it will be showing as part of the Vancouver International Mountain Film Festival in June and the Toronto Beach Festival in July. So it's definitely getting some traction.
Those are just the ones we've submitted to so far. So we're going to keep submitting, but it actually costs money every time you submit to these film festivals. So yeah, we're just keep submitting and keep getting accepted and see what happens. With this movie, I got the initial funding to start the movie, and then we ran out of money. So we did a Kickstarter campaign. We were successful with the Kickstarter campaign. And then shortly after that, when the movie was finished, we had our first movie premiere here. It was successful. And then we got approached about the Canada International Film Festival Awards, and they let us know that we had won the 2015 Award of Excellence.
Wow.
So right off the bat, it's just like one thing after another.
So why are people watching the movie? What about it is making
Bob's
film?
in it.
Because Bob.
That's why we got him back. That's why we got him back to people to watch our show.
You know, the response we've had to the film has just been incredible. Probably the best example I could give you is the showing we did in Tofino. After the movie, there was a lineup of people waiting to chat, you know, as they left the movie. And there was one woman there that she waited for quite a long time. And she came up to me and shook my hand and introduced herself, and she would not let go of my hand. And she said, I really have to thank you for putting this film together. It turns out she's a cleaner, you know, a maid, and she said, I'm going home right from here, and I'm going to go through my entire cleaning supplies, and the ones that are not environmentally friendly, I'm going to dispose of, and I'm going to replace them with something that's better.
And that was your point, right? We wanted to help people make a difference in how they live on the planet, right?
Yeah, that's been my message personally with Paddle for the Planet since I started in 2011. That's the message we put out there all the time, is we need to change the way we're living on the planet. And to see those things actually happen, I mean, we have a long ways to go, don't get me wrong, but there have been some pretty incredibly cool things happen over the last four years and a bit that I've been doing this, and it gives me fuel to keep going.
Speaking of fuel, are you still out there paddling every day?
What paddling day are you on now?
Yeah.
1,000.
500.
582. 82.
What was ours?
You guys were,
we did one.
What day was it?
That was the end of year 4 paddle. Kudos to you guys for coming out in the cold. That was such a fun day.
That was really fun. What is your guys' goal of where you'd like this to get to?
Well, we're going to keep submitting to as many festivals as we can.
Is there one particular one that's like, that's my goal, I want that one?
The Palm Springs International Film Festival would be really cool.
Yeah.
My mom and dad live in California, so it's actually really close to where they live.
It's convenient.
It's like 50 miles from their place, so if it got into there and they were able to come there and check it out, it would just be awesome. And just another note on the Tofino thing is, like, I had been going there since I was 18 years old, just on different surfing trips every year until now. And in Tofino, the word travels fast because it's a really small community. they'll push people out if they don't like them. They've been so receptive to us over the years and like helped out with accommodation and just the most amazing people down there for sure. And I was at the premiere there was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen, because it was like the whole community, and they had a welcoming ceremony, an Aboriginal welcoming ceremony for us, and just all the people that, like Bob said, after how happy they were about the film.
Everyone coming together.
Yeah, it was really cool to be involved in that. So just things like that you would never have that happen on a different job or a different scenario. So that's really cool, is the people that you get to meet.
And an influence.
Yeah.
That's so great, guys. It's so exciting. It must be a fantastic journey. Thanks for coming in and giving us an update, and let us know about Palm Springs. Maybe we can go down there and
Just like this?
Yeah.
You guys didn't get the memo with the outfits.
Yeah.
Let's just get on the plane.
Okay.
And Sundance, we got to get
Sundance.
Robert,
Go to Sundance.
Robert Redford, so yeah.
Done. You guys are looking for a date. Doug's available.
Thanks very much for coming in, and thanks for what you guys are doing to make a difference.
Yeah.
And for people who haven't seen your guys' movie, how did they see it?
Currently, the movie has just signed a distribution deal, actually. So we are in the process of, they're getting the process out there with different networks, television stations, online on-demand stuff. And right now you can watch it on Vimeo on demand.
Oh, okay.
Just search for The Paddler on Vimeo on demand.
Great. Well, thanks so much, you guys, and congratulations on all your success.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for having us, and kudos on the show. Like you mentioned earlier, we were on your first show. It's so great to watch the progress. Very, very cool.
We're getting the hang of it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so much.
Are we though?